you? Hope you're having a good day. So I was just sitting here minding my business, eating my lunch, getting ready to go work, and Chantal went live. She actually went live a total of 2 times. The first time she was basically buffering, but during that time of buffering, there was an audio clip that was captured. She was off camera, but she said, "Don't talk to me," like really aggressive, like she was talking to Salah. And then within seconds, that live was deleted. And then she came back online for round 2. And she basically told people that she wants to come home earlier. She's very unhappy. And that's the live I'm going to cover, as well as a Twitter peep. So, Chantal, didn't you tell us that the split between you and Salah was amicable? Isn't like the word you like to use is it's amicable. We're okay with each other. We're cool. It doesn't sound like things are very friendly right now. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the two of you fought about. Maybe it was because you mentioned that you were supposed to go walking around in, was it Damascus? And he tried to get you to walk and you said no, and you were basically being a brat. Maybe it's because you begged to stay longer and he said no, and that's why you're mad. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks like the mask is coming off, y'all. So how about we just get into the Twitter peeps? And on the Twitter peeps is the aforementioned clip where she is being aggressive and she's obviously yelling at Salah or somebody. So you guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps, and I'm all set and ready to go. And there's not a whole lot of stuff to go over. This is going to be a shorter react between Chantal's very short live and the Twitter peeps. We're not going to be here long at all, and I'm okay with that. I got work to do. So, Fat Cow says, for the second time, the day after a failed fundraiser where she was given practically nothing, Foodie Beauty comes on crying and saying she wants to leave sooner, but needs the money to change the ticket. Utter BS. She was leaving earlier than she said all along. Yeah, I've always believed that because I was just informed today that Canadian Thanksgiving is somewhere in October. Even if it wasn't, she mentioned that she wants to be there in time for Halloween. Well, Halloween is at the end of the month. So if Foodie is leaving at the end of the month and she's got a 30+ hour flight, how is she going to get home in time for Halloween? She would have to leave earlier. But if she's trying to put extra pressure on her beezers to give her more money by acting like, I've got to go, Foodie, they're all tapped out. The beezers are all tapped out. And you've already screwed up. You told the beezers things that really you should have kept your mouth on if you wanted to continue scamming them. You said, number one, that you're staying with Salah and you're not paying rent and you're not paying bills. That means whatever money you get in hand, you can save. So right now in pocket, you've got around what, 3,000, 4,000? And if you were leaving in the middle of October, that's another 2 or 3,000. So you have $7,000 to play with. You may not have the 10,000 that you were looking for. Maybe you're close, but you got enough money to go home and get a place to stay for a month. Girl, stop lying. Okay, just quit it. Stop that. So you already messed up. You said, I'm not leaving for a while, and I'm living here with no expenses. So you know what the beezers are saying to themselves? Wait a minute. I've got bills and expenses. I've got rent to pay. I think I'll take my money and spend my money on me because she doesn't need it right now. I think the beezers are going to hold on to their money until you are back in Canada and they see you're back in Canada, and then they know some progress has been made. So I support that attitude. Like, she doesn't need the money right now if she's still there. She's living rent-free and bill-free. Don't give her any more money, beezers, if you know what's good for you. D. Angry Scott says, will Foodie ever admit to being in the 500 club? So let's look at some comparison pictures. So over here on the left, we have Rosie, Corky Love Rosie, and she's 506 pounds. Then over here on the right, we have Amerlyn Reed, and she's 560 pounds. And Foodie's over here saying that she's 344. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm standing on business and I'm saying that she's 550 plus. She could prove me wrong, get on a bariatric scale that she can't mess around with. And if she's under 500 pounds, I'll apologize, but I don't think I'll have to give an apology. Sassy Cat says, Foodie Beauty says she's not brokenhearted and wants to come home ASAP, looking into changing her flight. Why wouldn't she say why? Cried the entire stream. I bet he tried to make her walk in Damascus. That could be it. She did talk about taking a walk in Damascus, and we all remember back in Crackhead Olympics when Natter tried to get her to walk, she would have a fit because she didn't want to walk. Sandy Quesadilla says, oh, there's the real Chantal. It's been a while, babe. How you been? Malarkey Meter says, the first 10 seconds of Foodie Beauty's current live, don't talk to me. Good times in Syria. So here's the part where she's screaming and being angry. Y'all listen.
Don't talk to me!
Ooh, that was aggressive. That does not sound like someone who's amicable with anybody. What did he do? He made her mad. Yeah, as soon as she realized that she said that, she deleted the live. I tried to capture it, but 4K downloader wasn't working properly at that time, so I couldn't capture it. Although I did download the 10-minute live because I don't trust her. I guarantee you that live will be gone within like an hour or two. Enigma 2025 says, ever since that fake stream, she made several others constantly begging people to give her money because she needs everything to return home. She's starting to fall over her lies now because she's had several about her needing a ticket to get a ticket and needing a place to not getting it. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty, another beezer waking up. So here's a comment that was left on her page by Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak says, girl, I am not a hater. I am actually a fan of yours. I have been a silent watcher for a little bit. I've always admired how you always do what you want with your life, regardless of anyone else's opinion. However, I'm a little baffled at the latest turn of events. I know I am not alone in saying that it does not appear at all that you and Salah are even separating, much less divorcing. I know your words are saying that, but the actions from both of you do not back that up, which is fine. You guys have been together for 3 years, and if you two want to keep fighting for your relationship, then by all means, you have every right to do that. The last time you promised your beezers that you were staying in Canada for good, you got the apartment and then went back to Syria, telling everyone you just wanted to change your mind and was too sad without him. You told anyone who didn't like it to show themselves out. People accused you of knowing the entire time you weren't actually staying in Canada, but most of your supporters believed you when you said you simply changed your mind, and they continue to support you in your decision. But honey, if that is the plan this time, though, I don't think people are going to be as understanding. You have promised a lot of people a lot of things that they have been wishing for. True, haven't I been saying that? She's been breadcrumbing people. A lot of people have sent money and invested in this new life you are begging for help with. I like that, Pipsqueak. I like that you said that people are investing in her new life, because that's exactly what's going on. People are investing their hard-earned money into her new life. And all they're asking for is for her to go back to Canada and give them entertaining content. And I don't think that's a lot to ask in return for money spent. But you're right, it is kind of an investment. If this is not an actual breakup and you think for even a second that you're going to be back together with the same excuse that you changed your mind, you should stop what you're doing immediately and not ask for any more money. Because I'm terribly afraid that if it happens again, you're going to lose a big chunk of your supporters and your channel will probably tank. I am not saying any of this to be negative at all. It is truly how I feel about the situation. Best wishes, Foodie. Just be honest with yourself and with the people who have supported you for years. Well, Pipsqueak, you said that very kindly, but there's a lot of truth there. Chantal is asking an extreme amount of money from her beezers. She's asking numerous people to invest in her supposed new life. And if she goes back to Canada and if she defaults on all of those promises, if people figure out they've been breadcrumbed to death, And she's not going to do anything except go back to Canada, rent a room, sit in it, be stoned, and eat all day. They're going to be mad and they're going to leave. That's the price she's going to have to pay for lying to people, leading them on, and taking their money. And she's going to have to learn that lesson hard. But that's entirely up to her, though. Sophia Pine says, told you, girls, she's going home for Halloween. Of course she is. She wants that Halloween candy. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty insinuating that she's in fear and needs to run away for a cash grab is wild. Every day this person pushes the boundaries. Chantal, you are the abuser, not Salah. So that's the setup. She's trying to set up the arc where she goes home the victim, that he's the one that did everything wrong. And yet we all know the truth, don't we? We know who the true abuser is. We know who the manipulator is. We know who the liar is. It's not Salah. It's her. But as long as she's pointing a finger at somebody else, nobody's looking at her, especially her beezers. They like her and they don't want to see the worst in her. The eyes will never see what the heart refuses to see. If you like somebody or you love somebody, you sometimes will not see the worst of them. You don't want to. So they're going to keep believing that her and her lies until they figure out that she is a liar. Enigma 2025 says they even had a fake fight where she accused his family of wanting to K her, that if she went missing, it was them. It was him. She said she was scared for her life. The following days, you now have her giggling and laughing as if nothing like that happened. Suddenly, she's fine. Yeah, they go back and forth, flip-flop, flip-flop. Tweety says, things are heating up at the family home. So this comment from Definitely Not Swag Daddy says she yelled, don't talk to me, and now it's buffering. I'm wondering if it was buffering because she realized what she did, that her mic was on, and it was like, oops, they heard me, and then she deleted the whole live. Maybe that was it too. All right, what else we got here? Lean Cuisine Enthusiast says, here's my theory. In Syria, it's common to sleep on a thin mattress that is placed directly on the floor. It then can be folded up and put away. I suspect Foodie Beauty can't sleep on the mattress because she can't bend. So literally stuck melting into the sofa. She's trapped. Like, I don't know, but I would believe that over in Syria, they do sleep on foldable mattresses. I'm sure that does save on space, keeps things clean. And this is an interesting piece right here. So Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty, it's amazing the way Foodie Beauty sends a blatant F you day after violating Team YouTube's terms of service. What is the point of having TOS when you refuse to freaking enforce them? All right, so Matt Dillon says, YouTube's policy prohibits content that encourages or praises dangerous activities, including the use of tobacco, vaporizers, e-cigarettes, and, Mary Jane. And here's Foodie using her shisha. That's a big no-no. Yep. That's a real big no-no. And she did mention that she kind of knew about the rule. So she was staying off camera and smoking it, saying that she was blowing bubbles. Let's see, what else we got here? I think that's it. I think that's all for the Twitter peeps. It didn't take us long to go over them. And the live is not that long. We're talking like less than 11 minutes. So this is going to be a quick react, y'all. Let's get into it, though. And she's buffering.
I just need someone to talk to.
And Beezers, you guys are so gullible. She is not in any kind of present danger. She and Salah are just having a fight. That's all it is. They're just having a disagreement. It could be because she doesn't want to go walking. It could be because she lied to him about having everything ready to leave and he just found out. It could be for a number of reasons. It could be over the money she's supposed to give him. I'm not exactly sure, but it's just a disagreement. She is in no physical danger.
No.
Say something. You turned on the live and you're not talking? Girl, turn the camera back off until you're ready to talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna be changing my ticket. I'm gonna see if I can find a place for like to move in immediately.
Yep, extended stay motel. We've been saying that for weeks. Why aren't you listening?
So no, I'm not okay at all. I was only waiting for October because, you know, I need money to move, you know.
You got money to move. And see, this is what, excuse my language, this is what pisses me off. She's got money to move. She's got it. She has enough to get a room for at least a few weeks. And by the time the few weeks are up, here comes another YouTube paycheck. That's another 3 or 4 grand in her pocket. Beezers, don't let her lie to you. She's got money. She had money from her last paycheck. She's got money from PayPal, whatever she's making on Cameos, whatever she's making with the Foodie content she's doing on the side. She's got more money than you think. She's a scammer. Scammers always say that they're broke, they broke when they're not broke. She's got money. She's just a fucking liar. Excuse my French. You got enough money to go home. You got enough money to get into a place. You may want to go home in style, but guess what? You don't have that money to go home in style, where you can keep your ego in one piece, your pride in one piece. Take the hit, meaning a hit to your ego, not to your body. Just take the hit. Go stay in a motel room and figure it out. Your beezers have already been generous with you. They gave you more than enough money. You got money on you. Just freaking go and shut your mouth. Like, I'm sorry, I'm angry. Why am I mad? I don't even know why I'm mad, but I'm mad because of the lies that she's telling. She's trying to make it sound like she has no money to get a place. She's got more than enough. She just wants to go home and recreate Crackhead Olympics 2.0, where she goes straight from the airport into the villa and she's got a car already. She wants to have her life back the way it was before she left Canada to go be with Salah. Well, guess what, Chantal? How does it feel to want? You may want it, but can you afford it? Obviously not if you're begging money from people, and you should be ashamed of yourself asking money from people who are far less than you. But you feel entitled to their money. And I'm sorry to say it, Beezer, it's kind of your fault. You kind of facilitated this attitude by coddling to her and giving her what she wants. Now she feels entitled to it. You know how to fix that situation? Stop giving to her. Stop creating this environment of toxic, never-ending codependency. She's a 41-year-old woman. Let her figure it out. It's time. It's overdue.
I can't talk about it.
But she'll talk about it. When she gets back to Canada, she's going to talk about it.
So, I guess, you guys just make me feel better. Thanks very much.
And Chantal, if you go home to Canada and you get on camera and you start talking about Salah, about how abusive he was to you, allegedly, don't think it won't open up the door to him getting online and setting you straight. I'm sure he's got receipts, some text messages from you, maybe some video clips, maybe some audio clips where you are going absolutely bonkers. And he will not hesitate to reveal that stuff to us if it means the reputation of himself and his family. If you try to paint him and his family as abusive people, then you're going to be putting him in a position where he's going to need to defend himself, and he will. So are you sure you want to open this door? Are you sure? Like, it may just turn around on you where you try to paint this picture of Salah as he's an abusive man, and then he reveals proof that you're the abusive one and your beezers. They may look at you differently. They may see you differently. It may tank your channel. And for all the people in Chantal's chat that are freaking out, thinking that Salah's going to hurt her, I feel the only thing that Salah wants her to do is leave. He's waiting for her to leave. He's impatient for her to leave, but he's doing what he can to walk around her. He's pacifying her with food just to keep her calm. Like, I expected that Chantal would act this way in another 2 weeks. Like, the closer it came to the time of her leaving, the more she would flip out. I just, based on her behavior in the past, Chantal is someone that she doesn't plan anything. She doesn't have a plan A and then a plan B in case plan A doesn't work. And that's where she gets anxious and scared, is that she flies on the seat of her pants and she thinks somebody somewhere is going to give her money so she doesn't have to make her own money. She's always counting on other people to save her and rescue her from the messes she puts herself in. And this time, people are not going to save her the way she wants them to. They're not going to give her 10, 20 grand. So she's looking at the possibility of going back to Canada, staying in a place that is not villa level, and she knows what's coming. She knows that she's going to get egg on her face from Girl World, that we're all going to be saying, we told you so. We knew it wasn't going to work out. And you're in a place that is not up to villa standard. And isn't that ironic? Because didn't you once upon a time make fun of people who lived in, say, trailers and motel rooms, and here you are living in a place that maybe doesn't look as nice? Yeah, like all of her arrogance is going to come back and haunt her. And her pride just can't deal. It can't deal with the possibility of being bruised. Although if she were smart, she could go home and just kind of, poke fun at the situation. If she still had a sense of humor about her, wherever she's staying, she could kind of make fun of it, like just be lighthearted about it. But that's not who she is. She's too prideful.
So I just wanted to let you know I'm going to probably just change my flight. And go home sooner.
And see, people in the chat are very concerned. You got this person saying, Chantal, you're terrifying us. She's not saying what happened. She's not explaining it. She sees people in the chat are very concerned for her, like, what happened? Can you explain what's going on? She's not explaining it for a reason. She wants people to worry for her. And I don't think that's a kind thing to do. If you're in front of an audience and you're putting off like you're upset, something happened, and you're not explaining what happened, people's imaginations are going wild. He did not touch her, y'all. He didn't. He didn't. But of course, Chantal wants her viewers to think that. She wants him to think the worst. Maybe she's also hoping that if they're really, really worried, they'll give her more money, which is just twisted and evil, but that's Chantal.
Yeah. No. Oh.
And she, of course, is not going to turn the cam on. So at least her viewers can see she's in the room. She's alone. Nobody's around her. Again, she wants people to worry. This is so manipulative. I'm getting deja vu, y'all, of when she was in Crackhead Olympics and she put out this vibe that Natter was abusive to her. You Beezers are going to be so shocked when you figure out that she's the abusive, manipulative one. You're going to be so shocked. Your whole view of her is going to change. Like, I've known her for years. I've known what an abusive, manipulative person she is. I was so disgusted with her during Crackhead Olympics that I actually quit reacting to her because things just got too dark. Her coming online and lying about DV and SA. I just got so mad I didn't know what to do. So here we are again. This is what she does, Beezers. If she's with a guy and the guy tells her to go or it's time to separate, she always paints them as being abusive. She didn't do it with BB because she couldn't. She didn't do it with Pete's because she couldn't, because there was nothing there. Neither one of them wanted to fight with her. She did it to Natter, and now she's doing it to Salah. The guys that she gets obsessive over, always at the end, she paints them as abusive people. She paints herself the victim. It's a pattern.
I don't know what to say.
Like, if Chantal felt in danger right now, she could go to Salah and say, maybe it's best if I leave now. And maybe he or one of the relatives could drive her straight to the airport and she could get a room while she's waiting to change her flight and go home from there. If she's still there in Syria and she's not talking and saying, I'm going to try to get out today, then obviously she's in no imminent danger. Because if she was in imminent danger, she would leave immediately. She would make arrangements immediately. Again, she's got money to go. She's not flat broke.
I'm just not well. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be looking to go sooner. I know. I just want to go home, man.
Okay, so here, this comment. Robin Turpin says, I don't mean to be nosy, but what about all your YouTube money? Right, where'd it go? She got paid on the 22nd of this month. Where'd that money go? You Beezers that are giving her money, you should be asking the question, how much money you got? What money do you have? Where is your money going? Let's use some common sense here. Out of her mouth, she said, I'm staying in Syria and I'm not paying rent, where most of us are paying like $800, $1,000, $1,500, $2,200 rent. So she's been in Syria for how long? And she's not been paying rent all that time. Where has her money been going? Where has it been going? So she's not been paying rent since she's been there, just paying for her personal expenses, which means she should have plenty of money stacked back, huh? Yeah. So she's had maybe more than one paycheck stacked away. just paying for her personal expenses. She just got money from PayPal. She got nearly $1,000 from PayPal, plus whatever PayPal donations that were private on top of that, plus her cameos, plus doing private Foodie content for people. And trust me, she's been doing it. So that's money stacked on top of money, stacked on top of money. Where is the money? Where's it been going? Oh, she's got it. If she's got at least 4 or 5K in her pocket, she's got money to go home and she'll be fine. If she goes to an extended stay motel, she can rent a room for at least a couple grand. And by the time that time for being at the motel is just about over, she's going to get another paycheck for another 2 or 3 grand. She'll be all right. And here's another one. Becca in between says, get the first flight you can get and stay at a cheap motel when you get to Canada. Yeah, that's a reasonable plan. So why hasn't she done it? Logic. If Salah is the abusive person that she's trying to claim he is, and we've seen no evidence of that in the 3 years that they've been around each other, if she feels in danger, why isn't she leaving? Why isn't she trying to leave? Why is she still insisting on being there? You don't do that if you feel in danger. When something is dangerous, you get out. You try to find a way out. Why isn't she leaving?
Oh, I can't. Yeah, like I have a ticket like booked, but I don't know how much it's gonna cost to change it, but I'm gonna check.
So you're having this great big fight with Salah. You got a plane ticket. You're like, I don't know how much it's going to cost to change it. So rather than do this live, wouldn't it have been smarter to get on the phone or go online and see? Make a phone call. Change your reservation. Figure out how much it's going to be. You've got the money to change the reservation. Don't tell me you don't have that. So you're not making sense to me right now, Foodie.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, if it said, I don't know how much it would cost to change a flight, but she's got the money in hand. And if it matters to her, she'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Handy Dandy says, no, not sooner, now. Your family will let you stay until you find a place. If you don't leave within the next few days, everyone will know this is fake. Right. It's put up or shut up time. Another one. Grifter's gonna grift. Jessica Long said that. Grifter's gonna grift. Trying to make it seem like she's in danger. I need more money. Give me more money. Grifter's gonna grift.
A cheap hotel. I have to.
Yep. Scary Carrie says this is manipulative. Yep. Because she's not, we're halfway during this short stream. She's not explaining what's going on. She's seeing people in the chat are scared for her, and she's not even trying to calm them down and explain what happened. She's just letting people's imaginations go wild. That is so unkind, Chantal. Beezers, are you paying attention? Are you figuring it out yet? That this is manipulative. That she's coming at you upset, but she's not explaining why she's upset. This is manipulative AF.
America.
Information. Drama Agent 007 says it cost $175 USD to change it within 14 days. So less than $200, and she's got $200. So there you go. Less than $200. Change your flight, go home. I'm sure once you get home, Once you're there, the Beezers might give you more money once they see that you're out of Syria, but you're not going to get another dime out of them while you're still there. They have no reason to give you money. None.
What? Really? Yeah, I agree, Kingu. I can't tell you anything.
Why not? He's not in the room. I could see if you were in the room. Why not tell your Beezers something? You're not even saying, I'm okay. I'm not in danger. We just had a fight and I have to go. It would just be that simple. It would take all like a minute and a half to explain that to where people aren't scared for you.
Hey, Brooke, I just need to go home. Like, it's just hard.
Yep. Philium Benedict says it's manipulative a little to worry us so much about your safety. This is what Chantal does. Beezers, wake up. Take it from somebody who was there during Crackhead Olympics. This is exactly what she did. She would get online and say that Nader was an abusive person. Her words, quote, he hit me so hard I saw stars, although I never saw any evidence of a bruise on her face. As a matter of fact, I remember she would come home with bruises on her chest and show them off like trophies. So if he was abusive, why did it start out as, oh, like, look what we did. We had wild, hot, intimate time together. So when she was good with him, she was showing off those bruises. But if they would get into an argument, suddenly he was an abusive man. Yeah, it's like that. It's always been like that, and she's never changed. She likes to use threats and blackmail and talking bad about somebody to get back at them when she doesn't get her way.
Oh, the up and down, yeah. It's really not, just wait. I know, I wish I could stop my
Oh, okay. She's like, I can't get out now. I gotta wait. So she's in no danger.
fingers. Hey,
There we go. Handy Dandy says, wash, rinse, repeat. I'm stunned you are still making excuses as to why you can't leave when you've already said you've got plenty of money to go home. Right. There it is. There it is. There it is. She's got money to go home. She keeps complaining about how much she misses Canada and she wants to go home for Thanksgiving and Halloween. She wants to Halloween bees, all of this stuff about, I want to go home. I want to go home, but she's not going home. Now she's trying to paint this picture of, I'm so scared. I'm so upset. She won't say why, though. Why not say why? If you made a point, Chantal, to turn on your camera and involve your Beezers in your business, why not explain to them what's going on? You want to bring them into your business, but you don't want to explain what the business is. You are a manipulative witch who likes to get people worried. And everything has a price. All this, making the Beezers worry, making them wonder about you, getting their blood pressure up, ripping them off. There's going to be a price at the end of it all. Believe it.
I love her. Yeah.
Right? Oh, Cloudy says, but you can be online? This is odd. I love this. I am loving what I'm seeing in the chat right now. It feels like the Beezers are waking up, y'all. It took a minute, but it's happening. There's people in the chat going, hey, wait a minute. Let's pull back and look at this from a long angle. Let's look at the whole picture. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle that ain't making sense. She's got money to go home. We gave her money. She says she's miserable, but she's not leaving. She's coming online and acting like she's scared, but she's online. Salah's supposed to be an abusive person, but he's going to leave her alone in the room with a camera and let her stream and let her talk. Would a true abusive person allow that? No, they wouldn't. Because abusive people, if they are about anything, they're about control. So if he was an abusive monster that Chantal is trying to paint him out to be, this would not be happening, would it? He wouldn't be leaving her alone in a room with a camera and letting her come online and cry. So is he abuser? Yeah. No, he isn't. No, not at all. But she's going to paint that picture though. But I'm glad that the Beezers are starting to go, wait a minute, and back up and look at things. Good for y'all.
Yes. Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate it. I'm just like on here, like, just to, I don't know.
I know what this is, Chantal. If you don't want to tell your Beezers, I'll tell them. Do you know what this is? They had an argument or a disagreement. He said something she didn't like. Maybe he wanted her to walk. Maybe she went to him and asked him for more time to stay in Syria because she doesn't really want to go home to Canada. And he said no. He's impatient for her to leave. There is a date set for her to be gone. And she does not want to leave. And she has been sticking her feet in the mud. She's been coming up with excuses. Oh, I can't find a place to live. Something of note. And this might be a thing. Chantal may be half lying about finding a place to live, meaning maybe she is looking for places to live, but deliberately looking for places that she know won't approve her, just so she can go back to Salah and say, yeah, I am looking for places to live, but I've not been approved yet. So she's not lying, but she is lying. But she's looking for places that she knows are going to tell her no in a manipulative effort to stay in Syria. She's not looking at extended stay motels or cheaper apartments. She's looking at places that are like $2,000, $2,500 a month, which have higher requirements, which are much more strict. She knows she won't get the approval. It's what she wants, but she knows she will never get it. But maybe she feels that will buy her more time in Syria. And Salah is saying, no, under no circumstances are you staying here. If I got to put you in the car and then take you to the airport, you're fine. You've got money. You've got your YouTube paycheck. You've got money in pocket. You can find a room and figure it out. So whatever childish, immature, manipulative tactics that she's using, it's not working. And that might have been what the fight was about. Is that she's trying to manipulate her way around him, and it's not working anymore. He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about keeping her there for just a little bit of extra coin. He might finally be looking at things and saying the juice ain't worth the squeeze. And she realizes she's lost all control, and now she's mad.
I don't even know. I guess just what I'm used to doing when I'm in like a crisis.
Let's go back over that part again. I got to hear that one more time.
I guess just what I'm used to doing when I'm in like a crisis.
Chantal, if this were a real crisis, you would not be sitting down in front of your camera and talking to people. A crisis means you're in a situation and you're caught up in the situation. You're not sitting down and doing a live stream. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it now.
Yeah. I'll come back because I'm gonna check my flights. I'm gonna like check my flights.
Hardly Quinn says, go home. You have enough funds to do it now. I love this. I love this. The Beezers are holding her accountable. This is how you hold Foodie Beauty. She wants you to hold her in different ways, Beezers. She wants you to coddle her and eat the BS that she's trying to feed you. This is how you correctly hold somebody like this. Hold her accountable. Don't hold her in any other way. Hold her accountable, though.
And come back, okay? No, I just want to get out of here.
You can go now.
I really do. Yeah, a tiny share mark. I guess just to not feel alone. You know?
And here's another one. Nubby Ghost says, you could stay at an extended stay motel. Yes. Yes. She could.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to check my options out.
Man, it's so weird. Like, before this stream, she was the one screaming, don't talk to me. And then she comes back crying. So that also might be manipulative. In the first stream, she was showing her angry, aggressive side. And then she realized, oops, the mask was off and they saw a side of me that they've never seen before. And isn't it something that she comes back online with this stream, crying and acting like the victim? Pay attention, Beezers.
And I can't stay for a whole month. Like,
nope. Oh, stop with the fake crying. Handy Dandy says, change your flight now. Put your money where your mouth is. Or better said, put our money where your mouth is. Because honestly, Beezers, that was your money. That was your money that bought that ticket to get back home. And it's also your money that she's going to be using to set herself up. Like you guys are paying for everything. You've been paying for everything.
No, I'm not heartbroken at all.
Lies.
At all. I just want to go. I hope so.
Labrat says, why haven't you left if you have a ticket? Questions on top of questions. Keep asking it, Beezers. Keep asking those questions. Keep pressing on her. You'll find out that she's lying.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to laugh so hard. I'm going to have the biggest grin on my face if she comes home to Canada and she starts painting him as the abusive one. And then he comes forward with all kinds of receipts that he shows all of Girl World and illustrates what a monster she is. It will be deserved.
Yeah, I'll come back, okay? I'm just going to check out. Change my flight. My... Yeah.
Oh, the fake tears.
Broken down.
And she's laughing. She's laughing.
Thanks. Yeah, Belly. All right, guys. I'll be back.
What did you do this stream for, Chantal? To see if people would feel sorry for you and scared for you and send you more money? Are you that desperate for money? Girl, you got enough. Go home.
Okay. Bye.
So that was it for the live stream. That was all. I don't know what else she's going to do, but that was the don't talk to me and coming online and acting like she's scared, and there's nothing to be scared about. He's not even in the room. If she was in immediate danger, he would be in the room and she would be scared. But he's not. He's obviously left her alone. So that's it for this react. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.